coming for you, Paul.
He's coming for me. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well done.
Let's go. Get up there.
He
Come on.
wants one more.
Tonight's Red Hot video, what a difference a year makes. Just a few days after Rachel Levine's name was changed back to Richard on the portrait at the Department of Health and Human Services, current HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. does 20 pull-ups in front of the media at 71 years old. The setup was at Reagan National Airport right here in Washington as Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announced $1 billion in funding now available to make airports more family-friendly. This funding will be free airports to have exercise areas, play areas, and more healthy food options. Daniel,
I think we're all in favor of better food at the airport.
Yeah,
So no one's against that.
Well, no pajamas.
They didn't say better; they said healthier.
Well, that often means better. So I don't know what you're eating. But.
I mean, I hope the $1 billion goes to like making the airports with like more loungy chair areas that you can sit comfortably because they're always so jam packed. You go to European,
and more electrical outlets.
Yeah, like you go to European airports and they are like. They're like luxury malls. I mean, they're beautiful. Yes. Here in America, there's very few airports. I mean, you're always crammed everywhere. It's really annoying to travel. The flights are always delayed, people. Can we stop that, American Airlines, please? I mean, seriously, it's annoying. It's very frustrating to fly right now.
Yeah, well, Daniel, what do you think about these pull-ups? I mean, could you do 20 pull-ups?
Well, maybe we should.
Let's go.
Do we have a pull-up bar here? No, I think it's
tomorrow.
No one has accused RFK of not being fit, and so he's done this type of stunt during his campaign. And so it's important to stay fit, but it's also important to get your vaccines. And so what he's doing, where he's broken his promises to Senator Bill Cassidy from Louisiana, where he said, "Oh, I'm not going to change any of these recommendations," and then these committees are kind of changing them slowly, bit by piece. And so we may see, unfortunately, more outbreaks like we saw in Texas. And so that's also an important part of staying healthy.
Well, I don't know. Daniel, I'm unvaccinated, very proud, and I did 22 pull-ups today, and I'm not going to get vaccinated just for the record.
You want to go to the CVS and we can get you a flu shot?
I challenged Jason to do pull-ups a while back. Remember that? You were here, and it's like, oh, I don't know.
Well, Tony, I also, unvaccinated, can do pull-ups too.
That's right.
I wanted to ask you, Rachel Levine, I believe an admiral, but a little different than RFK Jr. Tell me about that.
Well, I think he did pull-ups, but the Depends kind, not that kind. So like Joe Biden, they were big on Depends, and so they were pulling those up. But that's a different kind.
That's funny, Tony. That was really funny.
Probably.
I'm actually laughing inside.
Well, speaking of...
Chris is not here to do this stuff. So
yeah, well, speaking of Rachel Levine, she actually had her name removed from a plaque, as we saw. But the left is not taking her name change over at the HHS very well. Here is Vermont Congresswoman Becca Ballant's reaction to the news.
Admiral Levine was the highest-ranking trans woman in the Biden administration, and they have gone back to remove her name and put her dead name in, all because they are so insecure about their own identities that they have to lash out and continue to fan the flames of these culture wars when Admiral Levine was just doing her job every single day.
Bradley, have you ever heard of a dead name?
Oh, a dead name. Yes, it's my alter ego that I left back in college. But no, I mean, seriously, this is the hilarious part about this. Admiral Levine used to play high school football alongside Mark Milley at Belmont. Like, yes, Dick Levine and Mark Milley were football teammates. And to your point that you made, Daniel, about getting your vaccines and no one questioned that RFK Jr. was fit, I don't think it's RFK Jr. coming in that's caused the crisis in our health leadership. It's people like Rachel Levine who went on TV every day during their time in the Pennsylvania administration and then the time in the Biden administration saying, take your vaccines and listen to me on health recommendations while I'm fat and I can't acknowledge basic biological reality. It's that type of stuff that created the crisis.
But how does changing a name on a portrait help average Americans healthcare and their wellness. How, that seems like so symbolic and just for the social media.
The last time I reported on Rachel Levine was actually because she was speaking at an all-girls college, Mercy, in Massachusetts.
Right.
And obviously her real name is Richard. So what do you think about that, having daughters?
It's Richard, okay? Let's
Yes.
be real. But here's the deal. I think for HHS, they're trying to prove the point that it's about biology. There are two genders. That's the way it goes. And the way you're born is how you're going to, live your life. Now, I will say what's so disturbing about Rachel Levine is that he basically pushed and was so in favor of puberty blockers, child mutilation. That's what's really disturbing in all of this, that you would have someone at that high level basically dictating the terms for what they call gender-affirming care, what I call basically destroying the lives of innocent children.
Yes, absolutely.
And there's no evidence that Mark Milley was not similarly oriented as Levine. I mean, I've heard Mark Milley wears high heels too, so just saying.
Let's just call her Marcy.